Member from Nepean Carleton.
Thank you very much, Speaker. It's my pleasure today to join in support of Bill 145 and act to proclaim the month of November as Albanian Heritage Month. I offered to speak to this legislation today, and I volunteered for a very important reason. That is because we have a growing population of Albanian Canadians in Nepean Carleton. We actually have an Albanian language school that operates on Saturday mornings, and which my daughter's best friend is part of, because our family is great friends with Albana and Besnet Petrogova and their children, Anna, who is on my daughter's hockey team, and her older brother Besnik. And I've gotten to know this family over the past number of years that my daughter has been going to school, grade 6 now. And one of the things that I really like about this is that when we have a diverse community, which I'm very fortunate to represent, you get to learn from other people's cultures and some of their traditions and how they came to Ontario and how they came to Canada. And I get to sit down quite a bit with Albana and with Besnik, and we enjoy some of the best Middle Eastern food that one could ask for. And they've even allowed me to try on occasion some grappa that's been made in the garage. But you know, they're not alone. There are over 30,000 Canadians of Albanian origin who contribute to our diversity and to our prosperity in the province of Ontario. And since the early 20th century, as my colleague noted, the Albanian community has been enriching the economic, cultural and social fabric of this province. Each year, during the month of November, it's very important for the people of Albanian heritage to celebrate Albanian Declaration of Independence or Liberation Day. And recently, we celebrated Albania's 104th Independence Day with a flag raising here at Queen's Park. And I'd like to point out one of the most well-known Albanian Canadians is from the city of Toronto and has inspired hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of young hockey players throughout the world, and that is, of course, is Ty Domi and his up-and-coming son, Max Domi. So not only are Albanian Canadians integrated into our education system and into our healthcare system and all of that, they've also been very much welcomed and providing, I think, excellence in hockey as well. A few things about Albania and Canada many people may not know, though they've had sometimes a very troubled and maybe struggled past. In the early part of this century, they were both granted status in the European Union as well as NATO, so they are our allies. And we have had military and defence cooperation between Canada and Albania, and Albania has participated in Canadian military training assistance programs and language training for Albania military officers in Canada. We've also assisted them with money to destroy some 10,000 tons of small arms and light weapons ammunition throughout the years. And in Canada, in particular here in the province of Ontario, which would have the largest Albanian population right here, the Albania Muslim Society of Toronto was actually founded in 1954, and the Albania Canadian Community Association of Toronto was founded in 1990. We also have an Albanian Canadian organization in Ottawa, and I must say, Speaker, we actually, just a few short steps from my home, have a lovely Albanian bakery, which my daughter asks quite frequently for us to visit so that she can get some of the wonderful, tasty treats, which I have to stop eating at my age, but she certainly can work it off in her hockey games. But I think it speaks to how wonderful this province is. And I'm going to conclude like this. Like the previous speaker, our families came from different parts. My family came from a different part of Canada than Ontario. We came from Nova Scotia. And I grew up in a small community where the diversity was literally whether somebody was a Scottish Catholic or a Scottish Presbyterian. And one of the wonderful things that I've been able to give to my daughter is the ability for her to meet people of various backgrounds, and that has enriched her life. For her to have a best friend who is Albanian and to go to a school with 70 Syrian refugees and to meet kids that are literally come from every corner and every walk of life. There's no greater gift you can give your children than the understanding and the ability to learn from other people, and I think it makes us all richer. And that's why I'm here very proud to stand with my colleague Shafiq Kadri in supporting Bill 145, an act to proclaim the month of November as Albanian Heritage Month, and I look forward next year to celebrating it as it is law. Thank you, Speaker.